Hello everyone, it's me Gagan Kumar present over here to teach you physics. Let's move on to the video. Today we'll be discussing real depth and apparent depth. So this is the lecture number 4 on refraction of light. So already we have completed last lecture lateral displacement. Now today we'll be discussing real depth and apparent depth. So here we have a beaker. In this beaker we have some water, some denser medium, and here you are having air medium, and here you are having a denser medium. Let's consider it is water, or you can consider it a denser medium or some any other liquid is there. So here refractive index you can take as N2, and here refractive index you can take as N1. Now in this denser medium we have one object. Suppose I am telling here this object is there. Suppose this is the one coin is there. Okay, it can be any object. Suppose I am telling a coin is there, and if this coin is there, if I am watching from here, then what it will look like? It will look like that it got shifted some distance x upward direction. So this is called basically what? Now this is called shifting of this coin when this coin is placed in a denser medium. And remember here this is the height wherever this coin is present, that is called basically real depth, and if it is shifting up to certain height which is visible to this eye, then that is called basically here to here this distance is called basically apparent depth. So here we will understand what is real depth and apparent depth. Now how this thing is happening? Now here let me consider here. So this is your real depth, I am writing as h2, and here it is apparent depth, that is your h1. So how this this picture is coming here? Now here suppose here I will take, this is my normal incident. So this light ray will go like this. If I put a light here, okay, perpendicular to the surface of water, the light ray will go past like this. But if a light ray is going like this way, then here light is going from denser medium to rarer medium. So when light will go from denser medium to rarer medium, then this light ray will go away from the normal. So here if this is your angle of incidence I, and here this angle of refraction, that will be basically R. So remember always, when light ray goes from denser medium to rarer medium, then light ray will bend away from the normal, and this ray is going and meeting in your eye. That's why we are able to see. Suppose here my eye is there, then after I can see this object that ray is coming from, it appears to become like that, you can take. So actually it will feel like light ray is coming from here, but light ray actually going from here, but as due to refraction light ray is bending, then this eye will feel that light ray is coming from this point. That means the total object will be shifting here, it will look like that. Okay, but exactly you will see from outside, here object is in the original position, but if you will see from the top, then it will shift like that, it is shifting. So this is called basically, you can write this is your nothing but this is your x. So you can call this basically shifting of this coin. Okay, so at some distance x it is shifting, so this is called shifting of this coin, and h2 is real depth and h1 is apparent depth. Okay, now remember, this is actually light is not going from here, light is bending from here, but for this observer it will look like that light is coming from here. That's why it is given in white color, but exact ray is in yellow color given, that is light ray, original light ray is going. Now if this is angle of incidence, then this will be also angle of incidence I. If this is angle of refraction, this will be angle of refraction R. Okay, understand here? If this light ray is there, and here this is two parallel, dotted line is two parallel lines. If this is R, this is also R, and this is your angle of incidence I, this is also angle of incidence I. Now here to here distance, you take this distance is suppose some P distance, take P, and here this is your A point, this point, and this point you take as B point. So A, B point, and here this distance is nothing but it is actually P. Okay, now here at this point B, if you will apply Snell's law, okay, at the surface AB. So at surface AB, applying Snell's law, and perfectly will apply at B point actually. So it basically B you can write. So how much it will come? It will come N2 sin I is equal to N1 sin R. Okay, already we have defined what is N2 and what is N1. So N2 is nothing but refractive index of water medium or this is denser medium, and N1 is nothing but it is a rarer medium, or you can write basically I am writing it is air medium or rarer medium, you can tell. Okay, it is a rarer medium. And Snell's law basically tells what? Now here if light ray is going bending here, then you can apply Snell's law like refractive index of this medium into sine of angle of incidence is equal to refractive index of this medium into sine of angle of refraction. Okay, now here little approximation will do, so that from the sin I sin R will convert to tan I tan R. Remember here this angle of incidence and angle of refractions, they are very small basically. So that means remember for small I and R, your sin I is nearly equal to I, or you can write basically that is equal to tan I. Similarly sin R is nearly equal to R, that can be written also tan R. Remember when angles are very small, sine of that angle will be nearly equal to that angle itself, and that can be equal to also tan of that angle. So sin I, sin R basically becoming tan I and tan R respectively, and because of this I and R are very small, or you can tell this rays are basically paraxial rays. So due to that the I and R are very small angles coming. Now in place of sin I and sin R, I can substitute N2 tan I equal to N1 tan R, N1 tan R. Now I need to find tan I and tan R from this expression, then I need to relate between the real depth and apparent depth. Okay, so remember this H2 is basically what you call, this H2 is nothing but it is your real depth. This is the real depth, and due to refraction the light ray is bending, and the observer on the air, in the air basically they are thinking that some ray is coming from here, and that object basically looking like it is here. So that's why here what is happening? Now this distance is nothing but that is here called basically what? This is your apparent depth. This is your apparent depth. So the real depth, apparent depth, this concept is coming here, and also we'll find what is the shifting of this, how much it is shifting here, that also we'll try to find. So this is the idea. If you are understanding what is tan I tan R, then you can relate between real depth and apparent depth. Exactly coin is inside this, but you are observing that from the top surface coin is a little shifted upward. Okay, now here listen. So if you tan I tan R and find, if I see this picture, this is I can tell this is my object O, and exactly this observer, this is the observer, this observer cannot see the exact position of this object, so it is seeing, you can write basically one image of this object, like that one you can tell. So it is shifted normally, it is vertically shifted. Okay, now listen here. So this is your I basically, also it is given I here. Now here if tan I want to write, I can check this triangle ABO triangle. If I see this triangle ABO triangle, if I find the tan I, this tan I is nothing but how much it is? Now perpendicular by what? Base, P by B, so P by H2. Okay, so you check carefully here, this triangle is there, so here this is the triangle I am telling. So it is your A, it is your B, it is your O. So in triangle ABO, if you want to find tan I, this is the 90 degree, this is the P, this distance is nothing but that is your H2. Okay, so tan I is nothing but how much coming? P by H2. Similarly here tan R if you will find, we need to check this triangle ABI. So here see another triangle is there, that is your ABI. So this is your R, this is your 90 degree, this distance is P, AB distance is P, and here to here you can take as it is H1. You can take as H1 which is apparent depth. Now here tan R I can write how much? P by H1. Tan R I can write P by H1. Okay, now if you see here, so here what will happen? P will get cancelled. P is getting cancelled. Now we are getting how much here? We are getting N2 by N1 is nothing but H2 by H1. N2 by N1 is nothing but H2 by H1. Okay, so N2 is the refractive index of water or denser medium here. N1 is the refractive index of air or rarer medium. And H2 is nothing but that is the real depth, and H1 is nothing but it is your apparent depth. So this is the relation coming. Now this in the next page I will try to little rearrange this formula, and will try to get some relation between real depth and apparent depth. We will try to remember that, and based on this we will solving some MCQ type questions. Okay, so I hope basic idea are getting. So here nothing is there that much. Just first step we are applying Snell's law at this AB surface, and especially basically at B you are applying. Then after you are getting what? N2 sin I equal to N1 sin R. Now for small I and R, sin I is nearly equal to I, which is tan I, okay, as theta is small. Similarly you are writing here in place of sin I tan I, sin R tan R. Then after tan I tan R, you are getting from this triangle. So here we are getting triangle ABO triangle, and another is ABI triangle. So from there you are getting tan I and tan R. Okay. So I hope you are getting the points. I will go to the next page. There we will try to understand what is the relation between real depth, apparent depth, and a refractive index formula. Okay. Already we have derived this. This modification will do little. Now see here. So the last result we got basically N2 by N1 equal to H2 by H1, and this N2 by N1 also can be written as N21, so which is called refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1, like that you can tell. Okay, for air N1 equal to 1, and for water, suppose you consider for water N2 equal to some mu. You take some mu. Okay, now for water we know actually it is 4 by 3, but I am considering it is mu. So N2 equal to mu. Now I can write here that is nothing but how much coming now, mu equal to nothing but that is H2 by H1, or H2 is nothing but what you call, H2 is nothing but it is called real depth. So it is a real depth divided by apparent depth, real depth by apparent depth, real depth by apparent depth. So H2 by H1. Now here if you want to find real depth, so if you want to find real depth, then you should know the values of refractive index of the denser medium into apparent depth. You should know apparent depth, then easily you can find what is your real depth. And suppose you need to find what is apparent depth. So apparent depth is nothing but that is your real depth divided by refractive index of denser medium. Okay. Suppose you are having water and air, or I am telling this denser medium is mu I am telling, and only air is there, then this formula I can write as mu you can write. But instead of air, if any other thing is there, so you need to understand that N2 by N1 is there. Okay, so if other medium means N1 means for air only it is 1, for other medium it will be different values. So that one you try to understand. So here you understand that, okay, if a coin is there on the bottom of a bucket, if you are watching from the top, this coin will be shifted to some distance vertically like this. Okay, so actually coin is here, but when you are watching from top, you are watching that some shifting already happened. Okay, so this is basically called real depth and apparent depth, and there is a relation between refractive indices. Okay, now next thing is basically shift. If you will see the previous slide, here this x I called basically it is the shift. So coin has shifted already x distance, and if this x distance I need to find, so you can check here, here to here it is real depth, here to here it is apparent depth, then this x2 is basically nothing but, x is nothing but that is h2 minus h1. So how much it is? H2 minus H1. Now here I can write this x is nothing but shifting of coin. So shift equal to how much coming? H2 minus H1. So this implies x equal to H2 is what? H2 is the real depth minus h1, just now you got h1 is apparent depth, and here I can write also, if apparent depth is h1, apparent depth is h1 and real depth is h2, then h1 is nothing but h2 by mu, so it is h2 by mu. Now I can take here h2 here, then I can write 1 by 1 minus mu. Okay, so this here is shift you are getting. So shift is how much? A shift of coin, or shifting of coin you can write. So here shift is nothing but h2 into 1 minus 1 by mu, or you can write x equal to real depth 1 minus 1 by refractive index of denser medium. Okay, if your AR is above and you are observing from AR, then this formula is correct. Understanding? So most of the time question will be like this only, so no need to worry about any other medium. So either they will give in the refractive index, they will give and they will ask us something, or mostly the water, or they can tell glass slab also. Sometimes in this case, instead of this water, you can have some glass slab, and in the bottom you can have some spot, some ink spot, red color, black color they can ask. And if you know refractive index and you know real depth, then automatically you can find what is your apparent depth and all, and their relations also you know. Okay, so this is all our idea about your refractive index, apparent depth, real depth, and shifting of coin. Okay, so not only coin, it can be anything actually. Suppose some water animal is there inside. If you are watching from up, then you will see that water animal will look like in a different height. Actually that position will be not exact position, that is a virtual position you can tell, or apparent position you can tell. Okay, so like this you are calculating. Now we will go to the next MCQ type question based on this. So now come here, an air bubble in a glass slab with refractive index 1.5. So they told here one glass is there and one air bubble is there inside, and this glass refractive index how much? So let us take it is mu, that is 1.5. Now is 5 centimeter when viewed from one surface and 3 centimeter deep when viewed from opposite faces. So you are watching from this surface or watching from this surface, like that you are seeing. So they are telling you are seeing that water bubble from this surface when you are watching, that is 5 centimeter coming, and when this surface you are watching, then again it is coming 3 centimeter. That means you can take, when you are seeing from the this is your basically eye. So when you are seeing from air, so here air is there, here also air is there. When you are seeing from air, what is happening? Now here this will be what is 5 centimeter, 3 centimeter it is given, it is your apparent depth. Okay, and refractive index already given. Now they are asking what is the thickness of this glass slab. So suppose thickness is basically T I am telling. So this thickness means basically you can understand what is your like real depth. So that one you can calculate. So here what you do, whatever it is given directly 5 centimeter, 3 centimeter, that will be 8 centimeter. You take, consider it as what? That is your apparent depth. Apparent depth. Okay, thickness means you understand this is your what? Now real depth. Real depth. Okay. Now here what I can write? Now here refractive index already given, I can write. So real depth formula equal to nothing but refractive index into apparent depth. Apparent depth. You can tell basically apparent distance. Now here, so mu is given 1.5 and this together you are telling apparent, so it is 8. So we will calculate this one, 1.5 into 8, it will become how much? 12 centimeter, because everything in centimeter given, apparent depth and real depth will come also in centimeter. So real depth means basically it is your T, thickness. So their thickness is coming how much? Thickness is coming 12 centimeter. Okay. So simple question, it asked in NEET 2016. So your answer will be option C, which is correct option. Thickness is how much? 12 centimeter. Okay. So it's very easy only. So once you know this formula, the relation between real depth, apparent depth and shifting, then easily you can find this answer. Now come to the next question. A microscope is focused on a mark on a piece of paper, then a slab of glass of thickness 3 centimeter of refractive index 1.5 is placed over the mark. So they are telling first understand, a mark is here, a mark is here. So there is black mark you can take or white mark. Now what is it telling? Now here this microscope is focused on that. A microscope, suppose this is your microscope. So I am telling this is your microscope M. So focused on that. Now what happened? Now in this space you are putting one glass slab. So here the spot again it is there, but now you are putting a glass slab here. Thickness how much? Thickness equal to 3 centimeter. Okay. Now if you are 3 centimeter there, then how should the microscope be moved to get the mark in focus again? So already this arrangement is focused arrangement, it is normal arrangement as done already. You can perfectly see this the spot, but whenever this glass slab, this is a glass slab or refractive index 1.5 introduced, then definitely it will disturb your arrangement, normal arrangement, that because of refraction only. So light will deviate little. So what we need to do? Now you need to shift. So this microscope either you need to shift upward or you can shift it downward. So like that type of things you can do, then you can adjustment you can do. So how to do that? Now first you need to understand, if this glass slab you are keeping, then how much this spot is shifting, that one you need to understand. If you understand how much this distance it is shifting upward or downward, wherever it is shifting, accordingly microscope you can make movement. So first for that one what you need to find is, see, this 3 centimeter is nothing but it is your real depth. You can understand it is your real depth, and this is your object. This your object is there, and this 1.5 is refractive index. So definitely I need to find my apparent depth. So what will be apparent depth? Apparent depth will be real depth by refractive index. So refractive index mu I am taking 1.5. You can take also n sometimes, but I am taking mu here. Now here real depth is given how much? 3 divided by refractive index is 1.5. So it will become 30 by 15, because 15 by 10. So 10 will go up, it will become 30 by 15, which is 2 centimeter. So that means what is happening? Now your apparent depth is 2 centimeter. That means here if you check this from the top, if you are checking, no, this is the top you are checking here. Now if a coin is shifted, how much distance? Now 2 centimeter. From upward you are seeing the 2 centimeter. This is the apparent depth. That means shifting of coin how much? Shifting of coin is 1 centimeter. So that means your shifting of coin or shift of that spot, shift of spot is nothing but how much it is? 3 centimeter minus 2 centimeter. Okay, real depth minus apparent depth, which is basically 1 centimeter. So shifting of coin is happening how much? 1 centimeter. If shifting is happening 1 centimeter, then definitely your microscope should move 1 centimeter. But it can move downward also, upward also. But you see, shifting is happening which direction? Upward direction happens. So that's why your microscope also moves upward. How much? 1 centimeter. Because shifting is 1 centimeter. So microscope moves upward 1 centimeter. Okay. So here answer will be, if you will check here 2 centimeter upward not correct, 4 centimeter not correct, 1 centimeter downward not correct. So 1 centimeter upward will be correct answer. Okay. So this is the idea. So very simple thing. So first one normal adjustment is there. Now by putting a glass slab, you are disturbing the adjustment. Then you are finding what is the shifting. After finding shifting, accordingly you are moving the microscope upward. Okay. Now it is a NEET 2006 question. Okay. So easy it is. Just find apparent depth. Then after go for a shift. Then after accordingly move the upward. Suppose this coin has shifted downward. Then after you should have taken your microscope downward and all. But it is not happening now, because in this case we saw that whenever a denser medium is there, a light is going from denser to rarer. So N2 whatever we are telling, that is the refractive index of denser medium, from where light is going, and rarer medium is light is coming to that region. So here you can understand here the shifting is happening which direction? Upward direction. So that's why here upward direction shifting. So microscope also move in the upward direction. Okay. I hope you are getting the point. We'll go to the next question. A bubble in glass slab. Here this is basically a mu refractive index, or you can write n sometimes. When viewed from one side appears at 5 centimeter and at 2 centimeter from other side, then thickness of the slab. I think this is the exact question like your first question, first MCQ did. So exact question. So here same thing will do. So thickness of the slab means that is basically you have to find real depth. You have to find. So to find what? Real depth. So what is the real depth? That is your T basically. That is your thickness. That is your thickness. Okay. Now here this thickness is nothing but. So I am writing directly. So refractive index into my apparent depth. So what is apparent depth? Apparent depth is nothing but you check here from one side 5 centimeter. From other side is 2 centimeter. So that means I can write total is nothing but 5 plus 2 7 centimeter, and refractive index is given 1.5. So this will be in centimeter. Now I can write 1.5 plus 1.5 into 7, 1.5 into 7, 15 by 10 into 7. If you will calculate this one, it will come around 10.5. So here 10.5 centimeter will be the correct answer. Okay. So same question as it is previously we solved. So it asked in NEET 2000 they asked. So real depth equal to nothing but thickness, and thickness is nothing but how to find? Now mu into apparent depth, because we already have formula. Okay, apparent depth H1 equal nothing but real depth by refractive index. Okay, from here H2 when you are finding real depth, you have to multiply apparent depth into refractive index. Okay. I hope you are understanding all the questions concepts behind this. Next class will be uploading more concepts on refraction. So thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe Vidya Lakshmi NEET Academy YouTube channel. Thank you very much. All the very best.